across all 4 counties that we serve. That's Kent, East and West Sussex. Not because we do sponsored walks or abseiling, but because we like to think that we give you good stories, and if we give you good copy, then people hear about us and they support us. And we've done that really, really well. And we thought that we had a good website until we realised that we just couldn't make it to the top of Google. Everything we did, we couldn't get to the top of Google. We had somebody in Spain getting kids in India getting links to us. We had every single page of our website rewritten so all the keywords were in there, but we still couldn't get to the top of Google. And so finally we bit the bullet, and about 6 months ago we decided we're going to completely rebuild the site. And oh, I wish we hadn't, because it has been absolutely mammoth. We do measure our traffic. We have kits that we can look at. We can see how many people from Argentina viewed our site yesterday, what pages they looked at, what they're interested in. But it's never been more than an information resource. What you'll see as Jill takes you through this website, and it's mirrored in Surrey and Sussex, is a fully interactive site that will be fun for the public, but more importantly, and we'll get to that in about 10 minutes, is a unique area for press with some fantastic images, press releases and online mission data that you'll be able to access almost instantaneously of missions. And that's really what our sell is to you today, is to show you what resources are available to you, as well as the story about what's available to the general public. So I'm going to hand over to Jill. She's going to walk you through the site. Feel free, it's very informal this. We're doing this in Sussex, East Sussex this afternoon, West Sussex tomorrow morning and Surrey tomorrow afternoon. We're expecting 5 or 6 people everywhere we go, so feel free to ask questions, interrupt us as we go through, and leave as soon as you need to. Jill, thank you.
I didn't introduce myself properly, that's very bad of me, but I'm Jill Plone and I'm head of fundraising for the charity. But we've also got a few other people here today. James is actually from Diligence Media and Marketing, who are the people we worked with on actually putting the site together, as is Mark, who's doing lots of filming for us. And we've also got Kate here, and Kate has worked tirelessly for the last 6 months in building the website and has done a fantastic job. She's done a lot of it in the evenings and the weekends because it's so she spent an awful lot of her own time. And I'm really pleased that we've got Rob here, who's actually our clinical, who's somebody that not only provides very valuable support at, in talk on the helicopter on a regular basis, very much about what we actually do and what it's all about. What we're going to try and do today, James does all the technical. So James is going to do all the technical stuff, and I'll just talk you through it, and I will just sort of tell you briefly what we're actually doing. Before I say any more than this, the only thing that I would say is that the website is not live currently. We're actually switching it over the weekend, so it'll be live on Monday, and we're putting out a press release on Friday that we will embargo until Monday. So we're quite happy to do any interviews that you want to do for the radio, but if you could just can them till Monday, and any sort of reports to just keep those in the paper for next week, we'd really appreciate that. What we don't want is people going onto the old website and thinking, oh, this is the same, nothing different, because it is a nice, great website, and we want to make the most of it. Just very quickly, as you can see, this is the homepage from the website. What we've actually done is we've separated it into 6 main areas, and you can see obviously the home, who we are, supporters, volunteers, the media centre, which is clearly the area that you're most interested in, and the lottery. But all of these areas are of great interest to our supporters and yourselves as well. And as David said, we get so many hits on our website, and surprisingly a massive amount of international hits on the website as well. We have people from the States, from Europe, from Eastern countries, from all over the place, actually visiting our website. And I think a lot of that is to do with the way that the air ambulance in Kent has actually led the field within the air ambulance industry, certainly over the last 2 or 3 years more particularly. Just sort of going through, I'm not going to go through all of these because I know you've all got deadlines and you're all going to get back, but this actually gives you a much more detailed description of what's actually on these areas, and I'm going to show you just 1 or 2 of these particular areas. The first one being the real life stories. Our biggest tool, if you like, is actually the people that we pick up, the people that we actually save. And we thought it was really important to actually give some examples of some of these people, because these are the ones that actually bring the money into us. These are the ones that actually help us to raise the £1.5 million a year that we need to keep the air ambulance flying. And they're nice stories. The other thing is, if we scroll down here, we've actually put a little bit on the bottom here to say if you've got a story that you'd like to share with us, to get in touch with us on the website. A lot of people don't realise that actually this is really, the air ambulance does what it says on the can, and these are living proof of the fact that we do that work. So these people are really important to us, but we can't always get to these people, and we have to wait for these people to come to us. So we're trying to sort of say to people, look, please share your experiences, tell us the stories, because we really want to know about them, and actually those people in turn will help us to save even more lives. So that's actually really quite an important part of it. If we go back onto the next part of this, which is actually a lot of fun, and I know I'm a big kid, but I love this bit, but this flying times map, this actually illustrates the times that it actually takes for our helicopters to get from our bases through to various points in Kent. We obviously can't put everything on there, but we put some of the key points in Kent, and certainly the hospitals. James is going to show you how, if we take the Kent helicopter to Margate, which is the furthest most point in the county, it'll take us 20 minutes and 30 seconds to be exact. Because we're actually an air ambulance which has 2 bases and 2 helicopters, there will be times when our Kent helicopter is in Margate, but actually there's a job in Ashford that we also need to go to. So if our helicopter, which is based at Dunsfold, which largely covers the Surrey and Sussex area, is available, then that one will go to the accident at Ashford. And you can see from that it'll take us 26 minutes and 15 seconds to actually get to the point in Ashford. So you can see the way that helicopters will crisscross in the sky. What we want to do is save lives, so we're kind of not too precious about counties. We are when it comes to the funding of the service, but not too precious about the counties, because we just want to save lives, and that's the best way to actually do it. Just moving on from here, we've also got another part of it. This is completely new. Another part of it which actually shows people the inside of the helicopter, so they can actually do a virtual tour. And you can see from the top here, you've got the rear cabin, the cockpit, a 3D model, a cutaway model, and the interior. So there's lots of different areas that people can actually look at. We get probably hundreds of people during the course of the year actually come down to the base because they want to see the helicopter for lots of different reasons. They might be fundraising for us, they might actually be coming down because actually they know somebody who was actually directly involved with the air ambulance, and they want to see the helicopter and meet the crew. So there's lots of reasons that people actually come down. This way they can actually also look at it on screen, and they can see all the equipment inside. So this is a really useful tool for us to do, and one which I think is actually quite exciting. I'm not sure that any of the other air ambulances have actually got this, so we're probably the first, which is great. The other part of this that I'd like to or the other 2 parts I'd like to go down to is the gallery, because we've actually got some of the we've actually got some of the things on the gallery that we've actually sort of covered, if you like, in the past. So people can actually look at some of the photographs, and a lot of these are actually quite useful photographs. And, you'd be surprised. I mean, we've got a display panel which I take out to events, and you'd be amazed at the amount of people that say, I was held up in that queue. An accident on the M26, and Rob is the star of that because he was actually standing right in front of the ambulance at the time when the photograph was actually taken by somebody in the media, actually. So people do relate to those, and that's quite an important part of it. The last part of here that I really wanted to just sort of show was the Air Ambulance Memorial. Obviously we owe a lot to the people that we lost, unfortunately, all those years ago. In 1998 we lost 3 members of the crew. The people of Kent responded in a truly positive way, and it's very emotive then and now for us, and we actually remember those people on the anniversary each year, and it is very much a part of our history, and we feel it's really important to actually keep that onto the website. If we go back, there's obviously areas here where people can actually keep in touch with us via email, because our supporters like to do that, to contact us, and obviously various links pages